Well, I have been busy, and one of the things that I have done is, well, emptied out all of the things in the cargo container over there, and I repaired this Gatling turret and threw some ammunition in it. We had all the necessary things to fix it, basically some construction components, metal grids, motors, and the like. Not too terribly much. It doesn't take much to build them, honestly. And threw some ammunition in there and put the range to about 250 meters. And now we are also targeting asteroids because they're coming in hot and fast, and because the sun was over here. I think it's down, nope, up there? It's over there now. But we were getting asteroids rain down on us. And one thing that I noticed is that when the asteroids rain down, they create little holes or, craters in the asteroid where they hit. And every now and again, they deposit just a small amount of rare resources. And I think that's where the cobalt came from, which we got the other episode. And one thing that I noticed, I don't know if it's this one. Yeah, this one has, it looks like some iron and gold in it. Oh, come back, gold ore. And I think I even saw a little bit of ice in one. There's not much resources in them, but yeah, almost none. But it's worth mining, especially for the rare resources like gold. And the, well, resources that we don't have, such as water. So that's one benefit from having the asteroids turned on as well. You get a little bit of resources on a relatively resource-poor asteroid. And I think there was a water asteroid impact around here somewhere. I don't know where it was, but I'll have to keep my eye out for it. And you can kind of tell where they are. That's an impact over there, and just, oop, thought I saw something firing. But looks like the Gatling turret is going hard at work, and it's doing a great job blowing the stuff up. Well, no more getting free loots from from drones, because I think our guns are going to shoot them up. But honestly, that's a good thing, because we have resources in there that we don't want to get ground up. And here comes another one. Come on. Bob and weave, bob and weave. Yeah, that's already taken care of. Yeah, that's fantastic. It's going to leave debris fields and whatnot, but I honestly don't care. Ooh, uranium. And that's really the only useful thing, along with the ammunition, that I really care about. If there's, other stuff that gets broken off, I'm not so concerned about it. But as long as I get the ammunition and the uranium from those ships, I am happy as a clam. In fact, let's just throw the ammunition in here. We actually got more ammunition from shooting than we actually shot. So, yeah, that's a net positive. Can't complain about that. Also, we got some stone, gold, and iron, which we can throw down in our reactor down here. I also decided to take out some of the magnesium. So we were refining a lot of magnesium. It would have taken a while. So I threw in some other stuff. And I wonder how much gold we'll get. We really do need some silver for reactor components. So I hope we find some, because we can't put a reactor on this ship, or not on this ship, but on this station until we have 50 reactor components, and right now we don't. And we need some silver for that. So we might want to go and try and find some silver. I did also increase the range of the antenna pretty significantly, honestly. So we should be able to venture out a little bit further without worrying about losing where home base is. And now that we are well and truly defended, I am not worried at all about going off on an adventure. So let's go off on an adventure. We'll pick an asteroid and head in that direction. And here's the debris field left by, you know, basically shooting up all the incoming ships. Anything good in there? I actually do see something good. I see some ammunition. I'm gonna quick hop out and grab the ammunition. Just some scrap metal. Don't need to go too far out of our way for that, as iron, not too hard to come by. Let's go take a look at this one. I believe we have not looked at that one yet. So let's head in this direction. We'll just a little bit above it, so in case we overshoot, we don't hit the asteroid. Alright, and we'll basically mine any resource that we find, because well, except if it's silicon, we don't really need silicon. We could definitely use iron. We're going to use a lot of that in the future, so the more iron we have, the better. And hopefully we can find some more rare resources, and even better yet, I hope we find some ice. And that's coming up real quick, so I'm going to start slowing down. And there's another asteroid over there we can take a look at. It doesn't look like it's too far away. And it's coming up real quick. Let's take a look over there. Yeah, that's about 9 kilometers away. I think I set the range to about 13 kilometers, but I also did save a waypoint or a GPS location, so we will never lose our location of our home base. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. Alright. Just from a cursory glance, I don't see anything. One thing I should put on this ship is some lights, so I can see inside the caverns. But I see something down there. Not sure what it is. Looks whitish, so it might be ice, might be silicon. But we're gonna take a look. Is that ice? It might be. Or not. I wonder if that was just a texture glitch. It certainly could have been. There might be something else underneath here as well. Yep, that just looks like a whole lot of nothing. I don't need rocks, so I'm not going to mine that. I'm actually going to go into third person. See if we can see anything. Nothing is jumping out at me, at least. Oh, there is something over here. That's a dark mineral. Could be uranium, which would be great. If we can have a solid stream of uranium, then once we do get reactors going, we can not worry about fuel. Yeah, that definitely looks like uranium to me. But watch me be proved wrong. Let's turn on our drills. Oh, that's silicon. Well, don't really need it. We'll grab some just for the sake of it. But that's all we need. How much did we grab in that little bit? Yeah, 21,000. Yeah, we really don't need any more silicon right now. Well, it's always nice to be hopeful, but I don't... Oh, it's 1.4 meters. I don't think... Usually there's not many more types of resources on a single asteroid. Usually you'll find 1 or 2 types at the most. And I don't see anything right now. Just going to do a cursory glance. Nope, not a whole lot. But there's another small asteroid there. One thing that would be nice is if we had a large mining ship. If we had a large mining ship, then we could put an ore detector on that had a little bit further range. And you could look inside of the asteroids, which would be nice. Alright, well, nothing there. So that's 13 kilometers away. Let's see. Where else can we head to? I think I'm going to head to one of the near asteroids. I think this guy over here. And I'll meet back with you guys. Actually, nope, this guy's really close. I was going to say I'll meet back with you guys when we're there, but this guy's really, really close. So we'll just take a look real quick. Basically, we're going to hop from asteroid to asteroid, seeing if we can find something interesting. Nothing in this one by the looks of it. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to catch back with you guys when we have something a little more interesting to show you. So, while we were exploring, an unknown signal popped up, and it was relatively close, so we're going to go take a look at it, see if we can find something interesting. Hopefully we can. It's a couple of kilometers away at this point. We just took a look at that asteroid, and that asteroid, and there was nothing much in there. Just some silicon, and that was about it. Nothing else to speak of. So, we're going to take a look at that asteroid next, after we look at the unknown signal. It's coming up pretty quick. I think once we get to about 500 meters, we'll start slowing down. Let's start slowing down. Okay, I overshot it, but that's okay. Or rather, I didn't start at 500 meters. I started a lot closer, but ooh, this is interesting. I'm going to hop out of here. Look at the grinder. There is a button. Is there anything else in here? Looks like there's a cargo container with, ooh, some space credits and some construction components. Well, that's fine. But more importantly, there's stuff that we can grind away. Nom nom. Delicious. Alright, well, that's that. And I think I'm just going to catch back with you guys in a little bit. Well, I did find some ice. I'm not sure if this is an entire ice asteroid or if it's just this little bit that's ice, but we will soon find out. Anyhow, we can grind up what little ice there is out here. And we'll find out if the entire thing is ice or if it's just that little tiny tip. I think it's probably just the tip that's ice. I don't know. It looks like it might be mostly ice. If that is, this is fantastic news. Let's take a look at our inventory. And we're getting a bunch of ice out of this, so I would definitely say this is mostly ice. I'm actually going to save this GPS location of this particular asteroid. This is actually the one that we were just heading to right after we got the unknown signal. So it's not too far away from base, just a couple, maybe a dozen kilometers away. Yeah, so this is absolutely fantastic news, because now we don't have to worry about running out of oxygen, about worrying about running out of hydrogen jetpack fuel, and more importantly, we can make straight up hydrogen generators, especially with this amount of ice. If it's an entire asteroid worth of ice, we can actually have hydrogen generators, and we won't have to worry about getting nuclear fuel right away. And that would actually be good, because that's hard to find. And I want to get a couple of these stragglers out of here. Like, these are really, really dangerous because they don't tend to move. And they can really screw up a ship. So I'm going to try to grind everything that I can. Looks like I missed that one. Alright, is there anything left? I think that's just about it. Let's see if this entire asteroid's ice. If the entire asteroid's ice, we are definitely saving it. And how much did we get? Yeah, 57,000. Alright, we might as well fill up our cargo container while we are here. There's no point in not. Yeah, this entire asteroid is ice. Perfect. Awesome. Great news. I'm just gonna eat away until our cargo container is full, and then we're gonna head back home. Well, it's not our home, but it's gonna be our home for now, at least. Looks like we are full, and oop, it's filling up our cockpit too. So we are packed full. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to GPS, new from current position. This is going to be the ice asteroid. And we are not going to show it right now. But if we ever want to, we can. And because we are absolutely so packed and chocked full of ice, it's going to take a while to get home. So, with that being said, I'm going to be back with you guys when we're home. Well, we have arrived. Let's shut off just about everything except for the turret. And we can drop off some of our ice in, I believe there's a generator in here. Not a generator, but it is called a generator. Let's put the ice in there. Now we have plenty. In fact, let's fill up our oxygen bottles. Might as well fill up the hydrogen too. And, you know, what we should do is we should, because we have so much stuff to unload, we should actually start planning a connector and our connectors inside of here. And have some storage inside of our base. And I think it would also be prudent to put a hydrogen generator in here. So, you know what? It is that time of the episode. Cue the montage. Well, that took a significant amount of time, but we are back and with some significant improvements. As you can see, we have a connector that goes to a large cargo container, which is going to act as kind of like a capacitor of sorts, where everything that we bring goes into there, and then it goes down into either the refinery. There's a connector down there. Either it goes to the refinery, or if it is ice, it goes to the hydrogen oxygen generator, which is here. So as you can see, it goes there. Either it's a mineral and it goes to the refinery, or it goes to the hydrogen oxygen generator. And if it's something that goes to the refinery, it gets refined and automatically gets put into one of the assemblers. The bottom assembler is going to be for manual stuff. We're going to do that by hand, but we can also then create things, and then they will automatically go from the assembler into a cargo container down here. And this is probably going to get deleted at some point in time, but we're going to keep it here right now. And then we're going to continue our tour upstairs. We still have to get a gravity generator because it's being a little difficult. So flying is going to be the way to go until our gravity generator is online, but we need some resources for that. So once we get the ice refined down, it goes up top, which we'll show you in a little bit, but then it can come back down to the generators here, which will produce power and feed our power cells, which we have on board. We can probably put a couple more, but right now I think we have 2. Yeah, 2 is going to be fine, but we could add a couple more in this corner here. We could probably add 2 there, 2 there. 4 would definitely be enough, though. And up top, we have both an oxygen tank and a hydrogen tank, which is all fed through the same system of conveyors. And we can eventually put this inside of its own room, but for now it's going to be exposed to the elements, but that's okay. And we did get attacked a little bit during the build process, but our Gatling cannons definitely were proving their worth because it didn't bother us too much. And we got some loots here. We might as well grind them down. I think that's all. The rest of the stuff got absolutely obliterated. Yeah, there's just some scrap metal here and there. And the rest of the stuff is drifting off into space. Sometimes I like to see these bigger parts to see if they're uranium, but no uranium this time. Anyhoozles, we should go take a look and see if the ice is going to break down in the way that we thought if we put it in our connector. So let's see here. Is it getting whisked away?
Energy low.
Well, our energy's low. It does not look like that, so we're going to have to figure out where the weak connection is and why it's not getting whisked away. But I'll troubleshoot that as soon as we get some more power. Let's hop into our seat here. And one thing that I did notice is... Nope, got a meteor storm inbound. But one thing that I did notice is one of our hydrogen engines actually has some hydrogen left in it. So if we ever start running low on our battery power, we can just turn this on. But this whole ship is not long for this world. It's going to be ground down eventually. So, not too worried about that. And what's shooting? Nope. Looks like asteroid got blown up.
Storm inbound.
Or rather, a meteor. Okay. I'm going to troubleshoot why this isn't getting whisked away, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, all better. I had a little bit of a herpalurpaderp moment where I connected this to a place that didn't have a connection point. So, now all should be better. So, let's give that another try. Let's put this in here. I also did gather some of the debris out there. Just because I could. And let's grab some more of this ice and Now it should work. There we go. Now it's working quite well. It's working exactly the opposite way that we want it to. So let's not have it throw out. That should be better. And I think I accidentally just goodbye, ice. Sorry. Luckily it didn't damage anything, did it? Yeah. I very lucky it didn't drop on my ship and just bust it to a million pieces. Well, yeah, lesson learned. Look if it's supposed to collect or expel. There we go. Now we're going to town. And this ought to fill up the hydrogen and oxygen tanks relatively quickly. And as you can see, yeah, it's already starting to register some oxygen. The hydrogen is getting used up right away because of the generators. I ought to turn the generators off right now because, well, we don't really need them to be running right now. Because we do have battery power left. We should only use them when we need to. And one thing that we could do now is we can add a connector to this guy. Let's see here. Let's get a connector. There we go. And we could slap it on the back here. However, I would like to actually put one of these guys on. And then put a conveyor on. But I think that'll be something for another episode as we accomplished quite a bit this one. But one last thing before we end it. Oh, look at that. The oxygen tank's almost full already. Hydrogen still isn't registering yet because, well, we're using our generators. But we can actually take a look here. Actually, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll take a look at the batteries. Yeah, we have 11 hours instead of just a couple of hours, so that's good. Let's take a look at our generators. Rather, the hydrogen engines. It doesn't look like they're currently running. But that's okay. Anywho, I think that'll be it for this episode. And I will catch you folks next time.